love about my job is everything, really. The people that we work with and the team, how dedicated everybody is.
I love our frontline staff. We are one another's support, especially when we get those tough calls, tough experiences. We get to turn to one another.
I remember my first day at the job. My colleagues that day, they had all found out that a previous client had died at the hands of her abuser.
To lose someone that has reached out for help is always devastating. It really, really highlights the fact that we just have to keep on going because we don't want to see it happen again.
If we didn't have an agency like DVS in our county, we would see a whole lot more crime. It would just catapult for DV to continue to foster and would result in higher mortality.
The counseling program is extremely important because so many of our clients come to us and they don't realize that they've gone through abuse or the extent of the abuse.
The alternative for our clients, if domestic violence solutions did not exist, would most probably be to stay in the toxic, abusive relationship.
I've had hundreds of clients. There's been so many. I think the ones that stand out for me the most is the ones that come from homes where there's been domestic violence. They grew up in it and then have gotten into series of relationships, relationship after relationship after relationship where there's violence. And they finally decide, I can't do this, I don't want to do this anymore for my kids.
Children growing up in households where there's domestic violence, they make up their own realities, which will then form into some form of trauma.
It's as if you are explaining a whole new world to them about what a healthy relationship actually is, and it just blows their mind. When they come in and they are looking at all of the challenges, that's all they can focus on is, how am I going to do this? And that's what we're here for, is to help them see something else, see beyond the challenges. Let's think creatively. Let's think about what one small step might look like.
Once victims are out of a toxic environment, they realize that they are capable of so much more. Things might be very difficult in one moment, but life is not only about what you accomplish, it's also about what you are able to overcome.
I think the light at the end of the tunnel is when they start adapting their behavior, the things that they have learned, they take it, and you start to see them doing it with their kids. The way they talk to their kids, the way they discipline their kids. One of the things that many of our clients don't do is care for themselves. We're dealing with a lot of depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. And when I see somebody who used to tell me, Caro, you didn't know what I looked like before. I used to be, gorgeous. And then you see them start to make an effort again, and it shows. They just light up. That is the best feeling, to know that you helped facilitate that.
I am very hopeful to see change in our community, to see change within our staff to affect our community.
Instilling hope in people, to me, sounds like giving them the tools, the resources in order to live a life independent of abuse, even validating their feelings, giving them words of motivation, letting them know that they're not alone and that there is always help out there.
You could see the difference between going from victim to survivor. There's a brightness to them. There's a newfound plan that they're gonna follow, and they're so determined, even if there's tons of roadblocks, but you can see that determination of nothing is going to keep me down. Their hope becomes something that you can see from a mile away, and it radiates from them that they are hopeful. They know they have a lot of obstacles, but they're going to get through them. It's amazing.